Yeah. So I'll just introduce you to my friend. This is Sal, my friend. I met him in a house crash in Austin. That's what I remember. Is that where I met you, or like were there other places? I think I met you in some other country as well. Oh no, I think I met
I
you.
think it was DC,
Oh, the other one was
wasn't it?
DC. That was later. Yeah, that was later. You're in DC too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and we never like got too much time to like hang out in a same city. But I'll so Sal is a I would say like he came from Pakistan, from Islamabad, Pakistan, and then I guess like I'll just let you introduce yourself, a little bit brief history of how you came to US. That's what. Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Hello, everyone. My name is Suleiman. People call me Sal. That's my nickname in general. How I came to US is a long story. Probably 3, 4 years ago. But before that, I was in Europe for a year working, and year before that, I was in Philippines and mostly Southeast Asia, working as well. So I graduated in Pakistan, did my bachelor's there, and moved here to do job. Uh, I started living in Virginia before. Used to work for Verizon as network engineer. Then I moved to Denver, Colorado, and I'm working with another cable provider, Spectrum. Um, while I'm here, I just enrolled myself in the master program. I'm doing it towards my to just progress my career. Just more focused on networking, automation, and software-defined networks. So that's me in brief. More to the
Sweet,
side.
sweet. Sweet. I didn't know that you lived in, you said some other countries, so Philippines, and in Europe. Which country you said? Uh,
Yeah, I lived in Denmark for a year, Copenhagen. Yeah,
oh, sweet, sweet. How
yeah.
was Philippines and how was Denmark compared to US? You have a lot of data points now. Yeah.
Oh, well, but all places have their good points. Philippines is good in terms of culture is great,
Sure.
and the beaches. So there are some really untouched beaches in Philippines. They call them Virgin Islands, and
Ah,
they're fantastic. I mean, I would say, and you since you brought up the travel parts, I think um, my best trip there was when we went to a beach and then we were like 8 people from 8 different countries.
yeah,
So that was phenomenal.
yeah.
So yeah, we actually went to a beach which was totally not man. It was totally. I mean,
Natural.
it wasn't there. Yeah, it was totally natural. So it was a fantastic experience. Yeah. So in that was more about the islands. It's more tropical. But when you go to Europe, it's more history. A lot
Hmm.
of museums, a lot of culture, a lot of histories there. So it's a different experience. Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, that's about it.
For sure, sure, sure. I mean, we can
Hmm.
go deep into traveling. I love traveling as well, but I don't know if I have like traveled as much as you have. But So what I mean, it's good. It's nice to hear your perspective that you are finding like some good values in the nature and also in the cities, because some people are driven to like one or other, or I mean both. Are you naturally
Hmm.
inclined to like more of culture, or like natural beauty, just mountains and sea? Do you have any preference?
I actually enjoy both. I'm more of a history person actually. So I like to go to
Me
a place where there is some history.
too. Uh-huh.
So you could go back and see how things were probably some years ago. Like I did a road trip as well in US on the southern part, Gulf, and that's where they have the most history. So I kind of like this to see more of that part. But nature, yes, sometimes nature comes naturally, I think. So you
Mhm.
really don't have to look it out for. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
nature comes
mhm.
naturally. I'll keep that.
Yeah, yep.
And so, what's your next travel adventure in for this year? You have
I haven't planned yet, but I'm thinking maybe Vancouver. I don't know.
Vancouver.
I haven't been there. Yeah.
Why out of all the places you have not been? Why Vancouver?
I just heard good stuff about it. I haven't been there, as people say it's a nice town and it's a nice real cruise out from Seattle. I
Yeah,
would love to do it. So
yeah, and I think it has
just
similar vibes as Colorado. I'm guessing. I'm not sure. Probably like it's a chill. What I've heard is Vancouver is a very chill city.
mhm.
Yeah, I wanna go there too maybe. But if you go to Vancouver, maybe
Yeah,
you can visit Seattle. I mean, it's just 2 hours drive from there.
true. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's the plan.
Have you been to the
Yep.
northwest of US? Uh,
I have been, yes. Been to Seattle, I've been to Oregon. I've drove on the west coast along the Pacific.
okay,
Um, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was a fun place to be.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I actually that's my I say that's my blind spot in US. I've never been to Northwest. I've been to
Okay,
I've been to all the other. I've been to 40 states in US, but not the Northwest. That's my
okay.
Dakotas.
Oh, I'm sure you will like it. If
Oh,
it's
of course.
not raining bad, then it's a perfect place. But mostly it's raining or it's cloudy. So it
Yeah,
depends what type of person you are. So I enjoy it, but
sure, for sure, sure. And I'm
yeah,
like I'm mostly excited to see Yellowstone because I've seen so many pictures of that place.
that's beautiful. You
Have
should
you
see
been
it.
there?
Yeah.
Have you been there as well?
Yep, I've been to Yellowstone. Yep. I
Okay,
would
okay.
recommend you do a road trip. You could do Yellowstone, you could do Grand Canyon, you could
Sure,
do Vegas, and that
sure.
would be pretty much all major national parks on the same highway or same route. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
And you could stop in Denver too on the way.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Yep.
for sure. But so that means you're kind of like settled in Denver. That's good to know.
Oh yeah, it's been what 3 years now. Yeah.
Mhm. No,
Yeah.
I went to Denver. I think like 2010. Yeah, 2010. Just the second year I came to US, and I basically the second day I dislocated my arm. In
Oh.
yeah, while doing snowmobiling in the
Oh.
yeah, we took a rental for the snowmobile. We're going up, and there was a curve, and I was just speeding
Oh.
up, so I fell down.
Uh-oh.
So it
So you
was
have you
basically
have bad memories.
no, it's not exactly fully bad, but I basically just
Okay.
had my thing wrapped, like like the strapper wrapped on
I
me,
know.
and
Yeah.
everywhere I went, the like it was a good starter for cars because everyone was asking like, "Oh, how did this happen?" I'm like, "Oh, I was snowmobiling and fell off." I got a
Yeah, that's true.
lot of sympathy from a lot of
Yeah, it's a
advice.
tough sport to do. I mean, you have to be strong, and if you get injured, it takes time to heal. So,
For
yeah.
sure, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah. So I probably have a like Colorado you have been to Philippines, and so is there any reason you basically
You can hear me? I think there's a bit of a bad internet. I'm not sure why. Okay. Are you back on?
Hello.
Okay, now I can hear you. So,
Hey, sorry, man. I think I thought that in the beginning I lost you, and then it's just bad internet in Bangladesh. I don't know if I told you that I'm right now. I'm in Bangladesh, and it's completely day here. So
oh,
yeah,
okay, nice. You
yeah,
travel a lot too, man. Yeah, that's good.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
just started this series while I was in New York, so I'm trying to maintain that same consistency. So
Oh,
yeah, but okay. So coming back to the
heard
point.
few of. Yep.
Yeah. So coming back to the point, like I don't know where I lost you, but I
I
think
think
I
we're
was.
talking about Philippines. That's what I stopped. That's where I lost you.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, I was asking you the question that I understand that you basically. Would you mind if I charge my phone because this is coming from a backup data and that will drop off as well?
Oh, sure, go for it.
Yeah,
No
give
problem.
me a minute.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
All right. So okay, I am here.
Cool.
See if it's functioning.
How's your trip going?
Uh, my trip. Uh, Let me see if it is working. Give me a sec.
Uh-huh.
Yep, it's working good. My trip is going pretty good, man. Last year I got my. Was it last year? No, it was in 2017. On 2017 February, so
Mm-hmm.
2 years back, I got my green card. Last year I left my job, uh, and
Okay.
like traveling a little bit and also working on my startup. So uh,
Nice.
yeah,
That's good
doing
to
some.
know.
I'm kind of tired of. I was kind of tired of working. Like 9 to 5 in a fixed.
Same.
Yeah, uh, it's good that since I'm in software, I can always like do some side job,
Yep.
like part-time money. So that's what I'm doing now, and also
Correct. That's
to build my
good.
startup. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's a struggle, but
Good to know that. And I'm
yeah,
glad to know that. Cool.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, we definitely will hopefully catch up. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
you to be an adventurous person as well, who doesn't like boundaries.
Absolutely.
So hopefully our paths will cross. But coming back to the
Yeah.
point, my question was that so you are from Pakistan, Islamabad. Is it a very populous city, like a lot of people, or how is it the city structure?
It's a capital city.
Oh, is the capital?
So,
But is it
yeah,
like
it's a capital.
Karachi? Is it like Karachi or like is it like
No, Karachi is more busy, so it's more, what's it called? More populated.
that's
And
okay?
Islamabad is like a new city. They built it like what, 20 years ago?
Oh,
So it's quite new. The infrastructure is quite nice and new. A lot of people move there for jobs.
got it,
If
got
you
it.
would ask me, I would say it's close to any suburb. Oh, not a suburb, but it's like a big town, like a big city. But
Big
it's
town.
not as big as Karachi. That Karachi is definitely a biggest one, most populated.
Got it, got it. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
mhm.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
close to the mountains. That's the best part. That city is.
Sweet, sweet. And do you guys have snow? Is there snow there?
Not in my city, but if I drive an hour out, then yes, I'm in the mountains and there's a lot of snow.
Wow,
So yeah.
wow. I definitely have a fascination or like a wish to go there. There was one flight. I was flying to Saudi Arabia, and
Uh-huh.
we had to drop land in Karachi. That wasn't the plan. Our plan was to
Uh-huh.
land in Dhaka directly from Saudi
Okay.
Arabia. But the plane engine, like the first engine got bad, and the second engine was also failing on this.
Oh.
And then we're like, okay,
All
the
right.
closest city we can land on is Karachi, and that's why we had to land in Karachi, like emergency landing. And then
Okay.
I was stuck in the like staying in the airport for I think like 18 hours. Like the plane was like
Yeah.
they were sitting in the we were sitting in the plane for 3 hours, and they said that okay, you have to go out because we cannot fix it soon. So
Oh, okay.
but I didn't have
Yeah,
visa, so I
same.
couldn't get out.
Yeah, I wish those problems would go away. Visa. I would always vouch for a
Yeah,
visa-free world or border-free world. We could just hop around and go. And I'm
well,
sure if you come around, if I'm there, you're more than welcome, and I would be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
show you around. It's amazing. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I definitely need someone local to guide me because I mean, it's a
Oh,
different,
absolutely.
it's a different.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's not as different from Bangladesh, I guess, but it's still different from.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe a bit, but yeah, no, most of it is the same. Yeah, you're right.
so it's the same. So, Mike,
Hmm.
what I was asking, I was curious, and I'm losing the thoughts, is that you were in Islamabad, Pakistan, and
Hmm.
you graduated. You did your undergrad from there.
Undergrad from Islamabad, yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
you did your undergrad from there, and after your, I'm trying to understand your mindset after, like, what made you move to. I know that you went for a job, but is it a common trend
Hmm.
among Pakistani students, engineering students, or like, are you a outlier there, or like, what made you, what made you like decide that okay, I'm gonna go for a job in Philippines, and then you went to Denmark, then you went to US? Like, how did you see
Hmm.
all this coming, or how did this happen? How did the young Sulaiman or Sal like come this whole thing? Uh, I don't know if I
Okay,
asked.
yeah. Yeah, no, no, that's a perfect question. So yeah, so when I graduated, it's pretty common. Everyone tries to look for a job, and then there was a bit of in me which is about travel. So back in my country as well, I used to travel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of an adventurous person. So when I was
Uh-huh.
looking for opportunities, I wasn't just looking locally, I was looking globally.
Yeah.
And then luckily, my school had an option where they actually get your profiles and then they scrutinize and then they try to look for opportunities for you abroad.
Mm-hmm.
So I was lucky enough to get to a job in Philippines. It
Mm-hmm.
was more of a training to start with, but then it became a full-time job. So I opted for it for many reasons because I have never been to Philippines. First, second is was a good company to work for. It was Shell Philippines Petroleum.
Mm-hmm.
So it was quite. It started from there. So a little bit of adventure, a little bit of curiosity to get out and see what the world has to offer and all that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I think when I look back down past 6 years, I think I made a good choice, a good decision to get out. And I think your experience and your changes when you get out, your
Yeah.
perspective and you look at things changes too. So that was my idea to experience the world. Same time you can work and you can learn a lot as well through that process.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you say that your experience changes, like, can you elaborate on this? Like, how so? How do you? How did your experience change?
So it would come up in a different ways, staying away from home, you don't have those luxuries. You're
Mhm.
trying to settle down in a place which you don't really know much about. So you're
Yeah.
getting to know the culture, getting to know their language, getting to
Hmm.
know how different people work together. When you're back in your country, you probably think you know everything or you're the best, but
For sure.
as you
Yeah.
go out,
Yeah.
you realize how much you have to learn as a person
Hmm.
in terms of skills. Like it could be personal skills, technical skills. So
Hmm.
there's a lot to offer. So it's a big change, and you pretty much would. I would say I didn't have any big struggle. I enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
it's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Mhm.
I actually completely agree with you. Is that um,
Mhm.
the point you're making is that when you're in Pakistan or even in Bangladesh, when I go to the work, or when I'm interacting with someone, I know that they probably think and act like me. So there is not much value in terms of interacting with someone and gaining like knowledge or viewpoints. But
Yep.
when you are in US, there are so many people from all the countries, so you can always, like, get
Yep.
surprised. Oh, I didn't think that you can function like that. But you are still
Totally.
different, but still it's working. So it's
Yep.
it it's a
Totally.
great experience. Um,
Yep. You
so
got the point. Mhm.
so you're like I don't know, like, do you consider yourself like, do you have any Pakistani lift in you, or like, are you American, or what are you, like, what do you consider yourself culturally?
I don't think you could take the culture out of someone, it's always
Sure, yeah,
there.
mhm,
And that's something you can always feel happy or proud of. So I definitely feel more of where I was born from. But
yeah,
um, good things you can take from every culture, wherever I've been, I learned a lot. So
yeah,
you basically adopt a bit of it, but still, the roots, I don't think it's easy to let them go or
yeah,
leave them behind. So yeah,
for
so
sure.
mix of both, yeah, but more dominant Pakistan.
It's a mix.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing. Only like, I don't know what we call ourselves now. Like the first generation immigrant, or like whatever we are. You and I, we're both like transplant from a different country, and we grew up in some place, and you're
Hmm.
growing up in some other place now. So it's uh, mm, it's a very interesting identity. I don't know if it is a crisis, because I don't. It's not like I'm like like really sad or something, but it's
Hmm.
an identity widening experience, but it's very different. It's not like I don't,
That's true.
I cannot consider myself a Bangladeshi fully anymore. I cannot consider myself an American fully. Then again, I didn't
Yeah,
lose. So it's very interesting on how
that's
I
right. Yeah.
and I'm sure that you did too. Is there anything?
Correct. Yep.
Is there anything you miss about Pakistan being in America, and like, is there any difference? Like,
Mm, well, it's been what, 7 years now from me out being away from home, so being away from Pakistan. So,
oh, you didn't visit there.
um,
You can try. You didn't visit
yeah, I
there.
do visit. I do visit. Yeah, I do visit like probably every year or so. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, you do miss home in, festivals where there is an events and all that. But other
Sure.
than that, when it's just your work schedule, it's
Yeah.
just a normal day. So I don't think
Yeah.
it's big deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's.
Okay. 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 Food. How
Mhm.
is the food over there? Do you
Back
miss the
home,
food?
oh, that's the best part. I mean, you just touched the weak link here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best thing. We are really into sweets, so yeah, we have a lot
Sweets.
of sweets.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
that. I didn't know that.
food,
I always thought
food.
that. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll add my bet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the food taste changes as you go from province to province. So we got 5 provinces. So
Mm.
it's a little different taste. You might try one dish in one province and it will taste different.
Yeah.
Um, so it's definitely one thing I do miss. Barbecue, kebabs,
Yeah.
uh, all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
Now,
I
now
miss
it's
it.
coming,
But
because
yeah.
I always had this impression. I don't know why. Is that whenever I imagine Pakistan, I just see that there is a lot of meat and kebabs, and like, that's what I can just.
Oh, Allah, our meal is not complete without meat. I'm telling you, it's
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of that.
I know.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah,
Uh,
very
it's very, very
big
meat
on
focused.
that.
But when you said sweet, I
Hmm.
was like, is that your primary value, or is there something I'm missing here that has to be some kind of meat? Uh,
Yeah, well, sweets are my weakness too. So yeah, that's the thing.
gotcha,
So I love the
gotcha.
unhealthy they are, but as delicious too.
For sure, for sure. What is the
Yeah.
famous, like, some name me some famous sweets so that I can maybe try or explore.
I think you might have tried it. I don't think there's a lot different to what you have back in there. So,
We have the
gulab jamun.
rasgulla, and like the different types of, like
Yeah.
sweets, like the round sweets and the square sweets kind of things. I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
you've tried the carrot pudding. Have you tried that? Carrot, it's a very
Carrot pudding.
called.
Carrot pudding. Oh, I think I have tried that.
That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
it's
Then we have rice pudding,
rice
and
pudding.
what
Yeah,
else?
yeah, definitely, for sure.
And ras malai. I'm sure you tried the ras malai too.
For sure, for sure,
That's the
for sure.
best
Oh,
one.
we have the same. I didn't know that you guys are were big on sweets as well. But that's good to know.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I also think that I think I wish that I mean definitely US is very heavy on sweets too, but I wish they had more like the desi sweets because they're completely it's a completely different
Yeah.
genre of sweets. And America doesn't. America only have like donuts and like some cupcakes and like
Yeah.
cookies. Those are sweets, but those are not like like
Not
not
too
like
sweet.
so good.
Yeah,
Good.
I
I'm,
agree.
I'm glad that we can match on the sweet and travel.
Uh-huh. That's true.
Um,
Yep.
so I guess like we're kind of coming to like almost like end. So I have like just one or two more questions left for you. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and actually, one of the audience asked you one of the questions. Okay, so let me take the audience's questions first, and then I'll wrap up. So
Sure.
so it's probably about. I told that you are someone who's doing an online master's
Mm-hmm.
in University of Arizona. So they have more questions on that regard. So one is that how credible are these online masters slash MBA courses? Coursera offers online masters in various subjects and MBA too. So what are the prospects of those programs in reality? So that's one of the questions from one of the guys. Uh,
Good question. I think I did the good research on that before I enrolled myself too. So,
mhm,
based on what the graduates have been around in the professional market, the degree is the same. The course content is the same.
mhm,
Okay, so you're not really being segregated that, oh, this is online or this is a full-time on campus. So once you enroll in the program, the course content is the same. You will study. The
mhm,
degree, the diploma you get, most of
mhm.
the schools do not mention if it's online or if it's on campus. So
Okay.
ideally, it will still stay the same.
Mhm.
And those programs are also reliable, valid, and then accepted professionally if you're working. As far as the question is, if you're doing it towards a PhD or if you want to do something like really in your studies, then you might want to check with the school that if they would accept online programs. But in general, they have the same status as an on-campus program.
That's
So yeah.
that's that's great to know. I actually have a follow up question on this. Is that so? Online courses, I understand in terms of the value, but in terms of you doing it, is there any gap in motivation of like? Is there? I'm trying to understand the difference between you going to the campus in University of Arizona and you are doing an online course. I'm guessing through an online platform where people can ask questions. You have some students. Do you bond with other, like, is there? I understand that course wise you're probably getting the information and knowledge, but the do you have bondings created with some of the people, and if does it eventually lead to some real connections eventually, or that part is missing?
Correct.
I'm just this is
Good
a question.
question. So online, I would say is more digital. So you're basically more talking or listening to a screen.
Yeah.
There are some professors who would do their video recordings as well, so you would be able to listen just like a normal class.
Yeah.
With a class, you can do it online on different portals. There are some web pages or portals where they could let you communicate and do projects together.
Hmm.
They're still not as similar as on campus because you would be probably communicating with people in different time zones, different countries.
Hmm.
Um, but still, you would get the chance to know people, get to know the professor, and if you had some problems in understanding the course, you could talk to a professor. You can have a one-on-one meeting as well, and you could do group study as well. People do that.
Hmm.
So pretty much similar, but only part is it's more flexible and
Right.
more digital stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. Maybe, yeah, maybe I should. I've been thinking of doing some online course. Maybe I should take like some real solid long course, not like a Udemy or Coursera. Those are just like
No, yeah, those are different.
yeah,
Those are skills. You can get skill sets through that.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, if you want
So
to add a qualification or degree, yeah, definitely you need to enroll, and it's very good pace. You don't have to worry.
yeah,
Just take whatever you like and spend time. You just get used to it, so you enjoy
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So what's next after your like I guess like your graduation? Every time I ask this question, it's like it seems like a interview question, but I probably have to reformat it. So how do you see yourself in 10 years? That's the question. I have to rephrase this question. I think like what's your long term, like where do you see yourself? Let's I don't know if there is any non interviewee way to ask this question. But anyway,
No,
so
it's a good question, and been thinking of it too as well for some time. So,
yeah.
um, to me, why I'm studying is to get the skills. So
Mhm,
I would encourage everyone to do the same, like enroll and study and get the skills. And once you have those skills, you
mhm,
could be anywhere around the world and try to bring it to reality, like bring into action, use those skills to do, like you said, you're a software developer. I would say develop something which would help the community or people around. That's what
mhm,
pretty much my goal is, to get the skills, equip myself with all those, and
mhm,
down the road, see what we need to have in the community. Like, we could
mhm,
probably use our knowledge to
mhm,
create something which could be helpful to people or communities.
mhm.
So down the road, yes, doing something like that, more onto entrepreneurship style
Yeah,
approach. So get the skills, build something, do something which would, in the end of the day, not help just you, but the communities. So that's the goal.
yeah, yeah. No,
Hmm.
I this is the final. I would say like this is the like I'm sure that our paths will definitely cross because I'm like really passionate about like trying to be useful, which is a
True.
good thing to say. Then like many people focus on just being happy. Happy is great, but
Yep.
happy is very
Or
vague.
just, yeah,
Yeah, like the things that happiness is very vague because it changes from person to person, so it's not something I
true.
can hold on to. But if you say that you
Hmm.
try to be useful, it's easier to follow that, and then you'll be happy automatically if you're useful, if you're creating
Yep.
value. I'm glad that we can
That's,
and
yep.
also I think this is something, I don't know, I could be wrong or maybe also a little bit biased, I don't know, is that like I feel like a lot of I have seen this more in the immigrants in US who have this kind of mindset of I guess this is a developing country framework. I don't know. We grew up in a lot of problems, so we have this
Hmm.
um, solving mindset, which I miss in some of the. I feel like immigrants have mindsets more. Do you like think it is the case, or this is just my like bias maybe, or I don't know. Like is it? Do you think?
I've seen both. What I've seen most is mostly in our culture, or more of our upbringing, is to think of
Yeah.
self goals. Make sure
Hmm.
my life is good, my education is good, or my family is good. But you don't really think outside that. You don't look at the society or communities. So I
Right.
think when you go out, you're lucky enough to get those opportunities. You learn, you get the skills, you could study. I would
Yeah.
say you could use those opportunities to really help what brought you there. And
Hmm.
so yeah, definitely there are people who are doing good as well. I've met and seen people
Hmm.
doing that. It just depends on how comfortable you get in your life and in your goals. Some people
Yeah.
think they have just been to a point where they don't want to do more, or just they want to stop. So I don't think there is like that. So you have to
Yeah.
um, keep looking for, keep learning, keep doing more, and something which could add value to the time you're spending. So yeah,
For
so I
sure.
think yeah.
For sure, man.
Mhm.
I guess like let's wrap it up soon. Do you have anything for our audience to add? Like anything? I don't know, like life lessons
Mhm.
for students or anything. Like I'll keep it open. Or
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I mean, I saw you're mostly talking about higher studies. I think a lot of people are interested to come here and study.
yeah,
Depending on what level of programs they're interested in, is it graduate or undergrad level or
yeah,
postgrad
yeah.
level.
Hmm.
I would say, yeah, keep trying, focus on what you want to do, like narrow down, because with technology these days, it's so easy to determine what you want and build your skill set. Look for the schools which interest you, not just the school which you want to get in. So, I mean, you might be interested,
Hmm.
um, build your good profile, do good in your school, and I would say the best advice: never give up. Keep trying. I've been applying to a lot of schools,
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago, and it didn't really work out. But 6 years down the road, I got into school, and I was like, okay, that there is a time for everything. Maybe not right when you want it, but sometime you
Hmm.
definitely will get there. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that would
Yeah.
be the best thing. Never give up.
That's never give up. And you made a really good point. Is that with technology now we have a choice now to be more choosy. Like in terms of our career,
Correct. Hmm.
we have more knowledge, and that's
Yep.
awesome, man. And I guess
Absolutely.
thanks a lot for like coming up and
Hmm.
your time on sharing your stories. And I always love hearing like
Cool.
it's really inspiring to hear people who are like-minded and trying to do things. And
Yep.
thanks a lot for your time, man. And I hope that our path,
Absolutely. No.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, my pleasure talking to you as well, and thanks for having me here.
yeah. Hit me
Uh,
up if you ever visit to New York. You definitely have a place to crash,
abs-
and we'll catch up.
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
nice of you. Cool. I'll be in touch. All
yeah.
right then.
Okay,
All
man.
right. Good luck here. All right.
Okay,
Bye.
thanks. Bye.